You know what's wild? The more we talk about freedom in this country, the more it starts to feel like we're being slowly herded into obedience, not by soldiers or politicians, but by code. And now add faith into the mix, because in 2025 we're watching something new emerge: the merger between religion and artificial intelligence. Not faith as in spirituality, but faith as in data. Recently, former Intel CEO Patrick Gelsinger joined a company called Glow, Gloo. It builds what it calls Christian aligned AI. Meanwhile, Peter Thiel, one of the Silicon Valley's most powerful investors, gave private lectures describing AI regulation as the work of the Antichrist. Okay? So let's connect the dots, because this isn't just about religion, it's about control. So let's start with a new faith stack, okay? Glow calls itself a platform for the faith ecosystem. It's building chatbots for pastors, predictive tools for church outreach, and databases that profile which people are most open to conversion. Think about that for a second. Belief now turned into a data point. Their investors include the same tech circles that funded surveillance startups, the same world that already monetized your attention, your face, your neighborhood. Now, they want to manage your soul's algorithm. This isn't a pastor reading scripture. This is an AI predicting which sermon you will listen to and that will make you obey. And it's not paranoia to notice that this aligns perfectly with the political moment, a time when religion is being re-weaponized as identity, purity, and submission. Control. Now let's get to Thiel's theology of power, okay? There's Thiel, Peter Thiel. In leaked talks reported this month, Thiel described efforts to regulate technology, things like global AI, safety agreements, as the project of the Antichrist. He framed oversight itself as evil, right? That's not just eccentric billionaire talk. That's not just that. It's a worldview where unrestricted power becomes divine, and anyone asking for accountability is cast as the enemy of God. Interesting. He funds Palantir, a surveillance intelligence company. He backed Flock Safety, the network of license plate scanners now spreading into churches and suburbs. And he helped shape a political movement obsessed with Christian values, while simultaneously fusing it with high-tech authoritarianism. So you have one group building AI for faith and another preaching that questioning tech is satanic. Well, tell me that's not convenient. Just tell me that. Okay? Now, let's talk about the psychology of obedience. And I promise this will all make sense. From a psychological perspective, this is the perfect control formula, okay? If you can shape belief, you don't need to enforce behavior. People self-police. If you can encode that belief inside technology, you don't even need priests. The machine becomes the mediator between you and the truth. That's how obedience becomes voluntarily. It's not fear of punishment. It's fear of being wrong, fear of being unfaithful, fear of being left out of the divine algorithm. And that's where modern authoritarianism thrives, not in overt tyranny, but in moral automation, okay? In systems that tell you they're keeping you safe, aligned, righteous, while quietly narrowing the borders of what you are allowed to think, okay? Now, this isn't about atheists versus believers. Don't get me wrong. It's about the industrialization of faith itself. Ain't that brilliant? When AI starts answering moral questions, whoever programs it effectively writes scripture. And when surveillance tech spreads through churches for safety, whoever owns that data holds more than your location. They hold your community's whole trust. We've seen this playbook before, from social media's connection rhetoric to national security surveillance wrapped in patriotism. Now, the same logic wears across and speaks in prophecy. It's not about God. It's about governance through belief. You understand? And we should be asking a few questions. So where is America moving? Toward a kind of algorithmic theocracy, not officially religious, but spiritually coded, where your morality gets outsourced to software, your faith is fed back to you through a recommendation system, and questioning if it feels like blasphemy. That's not the future of religion. That's the future of control disguised as salvation. The question isn't whether these men believe in God. No. The question is, do they believe in anything other than power itself? That's the question we should all be asking ourselves. Now, if you found this useful, share it. Not because it's sensational, of course, but because it's structural. We're not fighting ideology anymore. We're fighting infrastructure, if that makes sense. And it's being built one belief at a time. So, please share.